Okay, so since we have created a data folder for our data set. Okay, so let me go to the Python source code here. Okay, so most students know right now the language Python or R, 还有一个 R 的语言 ，OK, Python and R right now is very popular for data analytics, especially for AI, for big data. So if you learn the basic, so you may find the basic function for Python tutorials. So you are not interested about the basic instruments for instruction for the Python. It's hard for us to do the data analytics, but we are fortunate. So we use the packages we call, there are three major packages for data analytics. The first one, we have to import. What is import? To import the functions for data visualization. It's easy for you guys to do to draw a diagram like a histogram, 直方图, like a bar chart, 长条图, or maybe a pie diagram. It's easy for you guys to use these packages. So we call matplotlib, mathematic plotLib. Okay, but this package name is too long, so we import the package for this one as PLT for short. 我们简称用这个 PLT for this package to do the data visualization. Okay, so we have to import the package for our data visualization. Which one is this one? And then we rename with PLT for short. And also the second package we are using for data analytics, so we call pandas, this one. It's very famous package for data processing. Okay, for data processing, for data manipulation, 资料的处理. Okay, it's this I have mentioned before that if you have to cook your dinner, so you have prepared your materials, right? Okay, so you may chop your meat, or maybe you have washed your vegetables, right? You have to prepare your data. But with these pandas, it's easy for you guys to do the data processing. Okay, 资料的处理分析. We also use the PD for short. And the third one we call NumPy to doing the mathematic function for metric 矩阵我们一些的数学的公式. Okay, so with these three packages, so we are lucky using these three functions. It's easy for you guys to do data analytics using Python. OK? 好，所以说你们下次要记得，我们以后一定要 import 这三个 function before we do our data analytics. Okay, it's easy for you guys to import these three packages. So right now we don't use this folder anymore, so we just close the windows here. Okay. Okay, so the first thing is we have to import the data set, right? So we use the PD here. What is PD? So like this one. So the PD function is provided by pandas, and we do the read CSV function. So it's clear. So with the pandas, we use the function to read a CSV file. 你们上次有上传这个了吗？应该有吧。Okay. So track it. Okay. So you know the pandas PD means. So later I will introduce how to import another data set. Okay, so 好，我把荧幕切过来一下。Okay, so last week we have talked about the data set, which the data bank, the data systems in UCI here, this one. Okay, so this machine learning repository is a database. Okay. So where to download the data set is here, data folders. And last week, you have downloaded these two zip files, right? So you may find here and unzip these two files. So you get two folders. Bank additional, this one. And I would like you guys to try to import another CSV file. And so you know how to import the data set in the features. Okay? 好，等一下呢，我们就试着把这个资料上传。Last week you have to upload bank additional full CSV file, right? So I have explained what is CSV mean. CSV means comma separate value， 用逗点分割的符号 ，right? Okay? So okay, so go back to our 这在哪里？啊，跑到哪里去了？到哪去了？啊 ，this one， 哎，应该在这个。啊，这里，OK， 哎，刚才开的是在这里 ，OK。Okay, so how to import another files CSV file? Okay, so I can do it again. Okay, so you find the data set here, right? The data folders. And you have to upload. smart text. Okay, this one, bank additional .csv. Okay, when you upload the data, so you may find bank additional full, this one. This one, okay? And don't forget to copy the path in your Google Drive. Okay. And then we paste the links here. Last week we used this the path for the bank additional full.csv, right? Okay, so we do the same things. So you can practice to create a Python source code plot, hit this one. And we rename with a different variable we call maybe data2, okay, df, data frame 2. And we copy the path, the whole path. Don't forget. Okay, so we just pass the path between the the quarter. Okay, 记得哦，在这 quarter 之间。And then we to show the df2. Okay, so we successfully import the data set. So right now, you know how to import a data set for our analytics. So we use the pandas, which is pd.readCSV function to import the data set we are going to analyze it. Is it clear? 好，这些呢的过程就是让各位一再的熟悉。Okay, if you are familiar with all the process, especially for data analytics process, it's all the same for maybe 90% data analytics. It's all the same. 好，几乎都是差不多的。好。Okay, so 没问题吧？好，好，那我就不收你们荧幕了哈，我就直接讲了。So let us continue our course. So for the course, you have to familiar the instructions. So like when we learning English, you have to keep the keyword, the vocabulary, right? So I can still remember my first English class is, this is a pen, this is a pencil, this is a book. So you have to familiar the grammar and you have to recognize, you have to memorize all the variables, the vocabulary, 所有的单字。Okay, so for the Python source code, you have to familiar with all the keywords provided by Python. Okay, so first we have to check what is the dimension for our data set, 维度. So how big is our data? So basically we use columns for variable name, column 栏位 like Excel, A column, B column, C column 啊，在 Excel 里面是 A 栏位 B 栏位，对不对 ？Okay, so we have to ask Python what is the dimension, what is the shape 形状嘛啊 ？What is DF mean? DF is we just import the data set and we save the data set as DF, right? 啊，记得了吧？ Okay, so here you may find the data set for DF, the shape, the dimension. It tells you the dimension for the data set DF is more than 41,000, 超过了4万1000多笔的资料 41,188 rows, records, 几笔的资料 and how many variables? 21 variables. So we have explained all the variables. So you may find all the descriptions in the UCI database. Okay, so your first Python source code, so you to keep in mind pd.readcsv to import the data set for you guys. After we import the data set, you have to check what is the dimension for the data set. So we use shift. Okay, so you can practice to ask Python what is the dimension for DF2. We just import. Okay, so you just copy my source code and rename the DF as DF2. We just import. 对不对？我们刚才 import 进来的 back addition.csv. So what is the dimension for DF2? We just import. Okay. So there are only 4,119 records. Only 10% of the original data. 只有1/10. So you can tell the difference. Different import with different variables. So we always use DF, which means data frame. 好，没问题吧？好，你们都可以用 DF2 去做练习，好不好？好。Since the DF2 is only 10% examples for the original one. Okay, then we had to check the first 5 rows. 我们要 check 前5笔的资料。So we have to check the first 5 rows for the data set DF. 好，看到没？So it will show you the first 5 rows for the DF dataset. In the first column, we call index. This one. It starts from 0. For the Python index, it always starts with 0. 这个 Python 的 index 它的索引呢是从0开始。If you are familiar with R language, the index is start from 1. Okay, that's a little bit different. Okay, so you can here to show the first 5 rows for your data set. 5 rows with 21 columns, 21 variables. 好，记得了吧？ Okay, so since this we can check the first 5 rows for the data set. We also can check the last 10 records of DF. So we use tail. What is tail mean? 尾巴, right? So please show me the last 10 records for the DF. 10 rows, 21 columns. Okay, so you guys may know what is n equal 10, equal 10. 这个 n 等于10. If you change with n equal to 7, 你可以试试看. So it will only show the last 7 records for the DF dataset. 好，有没有问题？难吗？不难吧？对不对？好，我不会讲太快。I'm not going too fast in the first 3 weeks. 我在前几周大概会讲的比较慢一点。自己要练习哦，好不好？ So you have exercised your idea, so you can change the parameters. So here, n equal to 7, we call parameter, 参数. Okay, like in your high school, so you have the function f of x equal to a formula, f of x. Okay, so you can 10, it means last 最后的10笔的资料. Okay, so we also can use columns to retrieve the name for our variables. DF. Please tell me the column name for DF. So you may find the 21 variables names. 好，看到没？ So the first column, the first variable is age. The age for their customers. The second variable is the job title for their customers. So you have to check the descriptions for each variables in UCI, right? So you may find all the attribute informations. The attribute is the same variable. color name all the same。啊 ，attribute 也是代表，然后变数 variables， 或者是 color name is all the same。啊，这些都是代表我们的变数啊。Okay, so if you want to copy the variable name, it's easy for you guys to use df dot colors, and you can copy each variable as you like. I always use this comment to get the variable name to copy. I'm not to type in the variable name by myself because I may make a mistake. Okay, so I can make a list for the color name. It's easy for you guys to read. List. Oh, 看到没？ It's a list data type for the color name. It's easy for you guys to read. Okay, age, job, marital, all the way to the last one. Our target variable, Y. What is the variable Y mean? Because this is a phone call campaign, right? 这个是一个电话行销的。They keep all the process, all the information when they do the phone call. And they also to keep their customer buy, subscribe their term deposit. 还记得吧？啊，最后这个 Y 呢，就是一个目标变数。啊，记载了他有没有去买这一次的商品。Okay, so Y is the target variables for this campaign. 啊，这一次的这个行销的活动 for marketing. Okay, so also we can to change the data type as data frame. Name, okay? It's easier for you guys. 21 variable. So you may have a questions 21 because the index is start from 0. 它从0开始的 so there are 21 variables for the data set. Okay, so we use the function sort value. 好 ，OK， 那我们就先休息10分钟，好不好？为什么？15分钟了，我们休息。现在是算25分 ，so please come back at 7:40。我们7点40回来，好不好？我们先休息一下。Okay, so next, I would like to introduce how to gather basic information for our data set. 好，那你们要趁这个机会跟上进度，好不好？